Hi, everybody. I'm Amanda. Welcome to my channel. I'm a hot mess, so I'm very sorry for running late. I appreciate you all very much, and I do value your time, and I appreciate you showing up here for me. I'm going to address some comments real quick. Web Surfer Guy, thank you so much. By the way, you guys. So, and actually, Web Surfer Guy sent me this coffee cup, and this is now my new favorite coffee cup. And what it is I don't know if you can see, really. It's called Butter Brew, but actually, do I have the box? No, I don't have the box right now. But it is a coffee cup that is a French press. So this is going to be grand to take out on all my little expeditions and wonderfulness. So I'm super, super excited about it. And I want to just say thank you so very much for the packages. That has helped my day tons. Huge deal. Thank you. Mama Mode, hi. And I'm sure most of you are not here right now because I was late, and I am super sorry about that. Tom, Marvelo Riddle, hello. Medellane, hello. Marco, hi. Andrew, hello. It has been a super, super long week for me, and it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. Lauren, hi. It looks so beautiful. Thank you. I have zero makeup on and pretty much just finger brushed my hair today. It's, like I said, totally rough week. And I'll go into some of that. Let's see. Danny, hello. Carlos, hola. So anyhow, I did get so I was working a couple weeks on this mayoral forum where we do questions of the mayoral candidates here, and that was yesterday. And then there's just been like some family issues. And then between the babies and all the organizations that I work for, I just got really overwhelmed. And I may have really taken on a little more than was good for my mental health. And so I kind of had a little bit of a breakdown. And I'm coming out of it. And today I have slept. And I'm hoping that I feel better. Oh, where's Rowan? Rowan Marie, come here. Come here. Somebody, come here. Come here. Hey, we want to see you. Say hello. There she is. You my girl, huh? You my girl. She is such a sweetheart, and I will tell you that she does make my days better. So what is new, huh? Let's see. Thank you, Andrew. Argy dude. Well, where's Palomelo? Right here. Always prioritize mental health. I try, but part of the issue is that I also have to prioritize saving lives, right? So a lot of times I will prioritize my work. In other words, reaching out, trying to, affect change in this sphere, and that actually can affect me mentally. And so lately I've been feeling very like I can't do enough. And it seems like time is just ticking away, and it's very difficult for me sometimes to have to debate facts, right? Or debate reasons why those who are in poverty shouldn't die. And it gets into my soul, right? And so, and because I've been out there and because I've been part of that population, it is almost like debating whether I have a right to life. And that's it's hard not to get super emotional about it and to take myself out of that. I try my very hardest, but sometimes it leads to me being upset. And it's been truly one of the roughest weeks I've had in a long time, as far as stress and as far as really feeling like nothing I do is enough. And so, yeah, I'm talking about it. I'm struggling with it. I love coming on and being super positive all the time, but right now I'm just not feeling super positive. I'm feeling really sad, and I'm feeling kind of shattered, honestly. Um, Pamela lives. You live. You're adorable. Beautiful dog she really is. Mama mode, hi, Noodles, you made it. Hi. So I am going to row. Do you love me? Yeah, you love me. That girl has been just everything to me and helps me feel so much better. Um, so what's going on, right? Why am I feeling this way? Well, first and foremost, I took on some extra things, right? So now I'm doing more with Seattle dogs as well. While Laura I'm taking over a little bit. Not taking over. That's wrong. I am helping with Seattle dogs. Seattle dogs is Laura 100%. She's an amazing human being. I'm just taking over, trying to do some more deliveries, making sure that we're getting to like the tiny home villages, things like that. Um, Shelter app is coming along. Super excited about that project, you guys. There's Shelter app, and then we're working on another app developing for outreach workers. So super excited about both of those. Um, NCH, National Coalition for the Homeless, is working on their Bring America Home Now campaign, which if you look in the comments, I've given links to these different websites. So if you want to get involved, like there's ways to get involved for sure. One Health, we're doing really good. On Sunday, we are having an event where we have a doggy drag show, which will be awesome in the park. And we will be there serving any unhoused and their animals that are there. And then, of course, Shelly had gotten a new job, so I have been having to go over to take care of my grandbabies at night. So do all this all day and then go over at night and watch the babies. So I haven't really been sleeping in my own bed, or like last night, the babies came over here, so I was able to sleep in my own bed, but not sleeping in my own bed, not being able to care for my environment, not taking any time. I haven't taken any time to paint or do photography or anything that I love. I have been putting hands down everything I have into, I want to say work, but it's not really, it is work. It's tons of work, but I believe that the goal is saving lives. And so it's hard to say saving lives is work. It is, but I just look at it so differently than any other position I've ever had. And it just really kind of sits with me sometimes. You goes, yay, Manda Panda. You guys are so wonderful. Absolutely. Like, I'm smiling and it's good. Yeah, there's not much I can talk about really as far as a lot of things go. But our family is struggling. I'm struggling, and we could definitely use any and all positive vibes that you have. Yeah, so I wish I had more to talk about. I really just am not processing well today, but I really wanted to get on. And show off my new coffee cup, right? And say thank you. And just kind of keep you guys updated as to what's going on. It's not like I have forgotten, or it's just been a really rough week. Mama mode, totally get not like feeling doing enough. I struggle too. I want to do everything I do and not rest, because if I rest, I'm not doing something. Someone is going out. Yes. Like, it just, like, even before I sleep, I'm like, okay, what did you do today? Did you make a difference? Tomorrow, as soon as you wake up, I want you to do this, and this. And my mind's like, hey, I need time to wake up. And my other self is like, yeah, waking up, that'd be great. You got stuff to do. It's fun. And then, like, today, I ended up wearing myself out so much that I just slept all day and I got zero accomplished. Nothing accomplished today. And yeah, that just sucks. Carlos, here in Guatemala, we say to our dogs, que chido lo escucha. Your pet is so cute, and I am really happy to see you happy and good. Thank you so much. Ibrahim, good morning, good evening. It is evening here, so good evening. Good morning over there, if that's what it is. Mama mode, need to take care of us. We not help anyone if we're not taking care of us too. That is true. And sometimes I get wrapped up in the narrative of, if I'm not doing enough, then I'm not helping, so I should just give it all up anyway. And so, because of my mental illness and because of the TBI and other things, I do have a problem with wanting to run. And so I get overly worked up, I get overly overwhelmed, and just want to take off. And that's not productive. And I also have to, I've got to take care of myself and find a way to be okay with resting when I can't. Evening here, go Manda. Thank you. Lauren, I'm sending you lots of love and positive energy. And you're an amazing grandma. I love that about you. Thank you. That is actually something that I want to take pride in, is being the best grandma that I can be. And that also means, not getting so stressed out that, I'm not able to focus on their needs. So yeah. Kensho, thank you so much. Don't ever say you wish you could afford more. Like, I appreciate everything. I appreciate positive comments. I just thank you. Thank you so very much. Mama mode, improvement is improvement. Yes. And we are, and that's the thing is, it's not just me in this sphere. There's thousands of us, and there is progress being made, and I'm super, super happy about that. Don't get me wrong. I am thrilled about the progress being made. I get really frustrated in the fact that when there are organizations that seem to be fighting contrary to our goal of having everybody housed, that is really hard, because a lot of times I'm not I'm sorry. A lot of times I'm not dealing with people who have any lived experience. And so they are compassionate and they're kind, but without that key portion of knowing what the situation is and the dangers and the problems and all of that, the story and the data is incomplete. Even with, like, for myself, having lived experience, if I was to just go on my lived experience, my data would be incomplete, because my portion is only a small sliver of the whole. But it's and I understand that. So I've done a lot of educating, and I've taken a lot of classes. I've worked with a lot of, like, this is my sphere now. This is what I do. And it's really hard sometimes dealing with people that judge based on looks. And so they will say things thinking that they're in company that feels and thinks the same way they do. And that gets very frustrating for me, because Now, I don't have a problem putting myself on blast. I'll be like, that's wrong. I actually lived under a bridge. Could you not? But that gets difficult too, because then, of course, a person feels like you might be attacking them. And I'm not, this isn't like a situation that I've experienced like in the last couple of days, but it has been within the last couple of weeks. And it really had me, like, it had me just crying. Like, at some point, like, I feel things very strongly. And so many times, if I start feeling things very strongly, I'll have to shut it down because it's too much. I'm feeling things from an angle where it's not going to be beneficial. In other words, if I'm angry, that's not beneficial to the situation. So what I did is called one of my favorite colleagues, Vicky. I love Vicky, by the way. Vicky out of One Health, amazing human being. So I called her and she's like, "How are you?" And as soon as I don't know what it is, but somebody I love saying, or "How are you?" And I was like, "Oh, not good, not good." She's like, "Okay, what's going on?" So I told her the situation and I was like, "Yeah, so there is this person and they are saying that really enough is being done and everybody already knows all this stuff. And so nothing needs to, happen on that front." And I was like, and I know that this person views me in a different light than my experiences and my life. And so I did not go on I didn't come out and be like, "Listen, I think we need to talk about this because maybe you have not spent time in a tent in a city under a bridge, but that doesn't mean that we can't work together." But I did not. I just withdrew. And the reason being for that is because of brain injuries. There are some times where it is not productive for me and it is not healthy for me to continue to debate with somebody where it isn't getting anywhere and where they're not going to understand. And so I have to move on to more productive uses of my time. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't stick with me and cause me heartache a little later. So I guess that's kind of, I've been dealing with that and then just being slammed busy. Let's see. Losai, hi, I haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you after a long time. Yeah, I'm glad to see you here. Mama mode. Sometimes we have to give ourselves permission to be that one person. Yes, absolutely. Carlos, let me tell you that you are so special and you have a beautiful life. You're like an angel because you are so strong and intelligent. Thank you. By the way, you're my teacher. I am not going to cry, guys. I said that before I started. Carlos, good for you, my man. Yeah, right? Like, I love that, people, like, learning English from me. I mean, that's a huge deal. And, like, learning anything from someone is really beautiful. And being the one that someone is learning from is a beautiful thing. Let's see. God bless you and everything. God bless you. Thank you. You too. Let's say you're looking healthy and beautiful. I am looking okay. I am hot. It was a very hot day. I bought an air conditioner, but I do not have it set up. And so today has been really hot and sticky, and I decided to sleep instead of do that. But honestly, I have been very healthy. Like, I have been doing really good. Health-wise, I'm okay. I had a flare a couple of weeks ago, and that may have actually kind of played into being overly emotional, things like that. So that may have been part of it. Flares are really hard. Let's see. How has this TBI affected you? Well, I've had 5 traumatic brain injuries. They affect me. I am impulsive. I do think better and think differently, which is grand. If I'm tired, I have trouble with speech and communication. So when I'm stressed, it can hit the centers of my brain that were damaged, and aphasia can come back. I take heavy doses of meds so that my frontal lobe doesn't storm, because brainstorms can affect me in really brutal ways. It affects my entire life all the time. I actually talked to my psychiatrist a while ago, and I was like, I know I'm diagnosed bipolar, but I said, I switch. Sometimes I'm cycling daily, sometimes every other day. And she's like, yes, hon, that's the brain injury. We can't do anything for that. We can treat the bipolar, but you'll always have that kind of cycling. We just try to make that cycling as low key as possible, and so that I can still accomplish what needs to be accomplished. Um, you are such a good advocate because you've been in that situation. People with lived experience advocating is necessary. We have to show the truth and really tear down those stereotypes, tear down those stigmas, and really battle the notion that society has had for a long, long time that somehow poverty is a morality issue, that someone's not doing enough, how someone's not working hard enough. I've heard a lot people judging others by their jobs, like, well, I work, such and such many hours, and so they're not working hard enough. It's like, well, it's very hard because you don't want to get into the, well, this person has this difficulty, this person has this difficulty, because really, I think what that statement is not a comparison of the other person. It's that person wanting to feel, the person who's saying, well, I work this. I think they're just kind of wanting a pat on the back. I don't think that they're really looking to take place in solving anything or the issues that come. They're just looking for someone to acknowledge that they feel that they've been traumatized and working really hard. So I tend to leave that on and just be like, good for you. But we do get that a lot. It's super important for people to do that and have lived experience and really speak out against trauma that makes people attack others. Let's see. Good evening. Automotive Locksmith, hi. Hello from Washington. I found out you're from Washington too. That was really cool. The Palouse Falls was beautiful. Ricky Neal, guess what? One of my friends is having a baby, is expecting. Congratulations. That's wonderful. Carol, hello. Ibrahim, how is is the temperature reaching there? Now, if I tell you, I'm going to sound like a big baby. It's literally, I think it's only hit, like, what is it right now? Looking at my phone. It's 84 right now. I think it might have gotten up to like 89 today. But I live in a top floor, and so the heat tends to collect, I would say, and it gets real warm. And because, and actually back to how the traumatic brain injury affects me, when I'm not feeling okay and I'm not feeling safe and I'm feeling overwhelmed, I become isolated. In other words, I have a very hard time leaving my home. I have a very hard time going and doing anything. It's like a panicky situation. So that would be another way that affects me. I have been accused of having mild agoraphobia. But, let's see. Looks like you're handling it really well. Yeah, I mean, what can we, that's the thing, is even stressed, even upset, even all that, I still have many reasons to smile. I mean, it doesn't mean that stuff doesn't get to me, but it does. But there's also so many reasons to just, like, be okay. And I'm alive, and I have a home, and I have so many privileges that I cannot take for granted. So I really feel like I am super, I know I'm coming on here and expressing frustration and expressing being overwhelmed and expressing these feelings. But also I want everyone to know that And this is an expression of what's going on, but I really am doing well, and I am very lucky, and I don't take any of it for granted. Just know that. Let's see. Um, Nocturnal Explorer, you have a warm song. Thank you. Yes, Automotive Locksmith. My email address is on a previous episode. You can get that and then email me. Mama Mode 84. That's awful noisy, really rough on the brain. Temperature changes like that can really be hard on the brain and really cause that storming in and of itself. So yeah, absolutely. I have 3.5 hours from Seattle. Cool. Hey, why are you talking about how I feel? Niels, that reminds me. I'm taking this training course called De-Escalation Training. And it's super good. It's a super good thing. We should, like, all of us should take de-escalation training. And we were talking about how to deal with people in different modes of mental illness. And I will tell you, like, because and those who are TBI survivors will probably get this. I mean, we're all different. We all experience different things. So I'm not saying it's across the board, but you may understand this. It's like kind of felt I had asked because it's like, well, this is how you deal with narcissism. This is how you deal with paranoia. This is how you deal with psychosis. I was like, what about TBI sufferers? It may cycle between all those very rapidly. What do you do then? Because like, I know that sometimes I can fit the bill for many, many things because I cycle. Now, when I'm medicated, I'm doing much better. But I do recognize that I think it's close to 80% of the unhoused have traumatic brain injuries. So I was like, well, what about what somebody's cycling through? And he's like, well, just continue to center yourself. Like, just because somebody else is spiraling does not mean that you don't have to. I think that is awesome. And I think that is wonderful, wonderful advice. However, I also think that it's coming from someone who might not be a TBI survivor, because sometimes somebody else cycling can kick you off to cycle, right? So if you may be trying to stay centered, that say I'm giving a speech or I'm giving a talk to an audience, I get manic. I will come back from that event done, exhausted, shaking from the mania. And all it takes is just some pumped up vibes. And so that was interesting. But yeah, I was like, I felt a little attacked. Why are you talking about how I feel? Let's see. Get that AC on, lady. It was 110 here today. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I got it. I'm not sure how to set it in the window. Because like I said, I live on a top floor and I have like this overwhelming fear of it just dropping out the window. But I'm going to try to. It's just, yeah, I'll figure it out. Mom, 75 makes my brain feel like it's having cramps. I do better with heat than I do with cold. Cold will set off a panic and I'll feel like I'm about to die. Like cold is what gets me, but heat, this makes me tired and a little cranky. Smith, where you're at, is that hot? Yeah, we are having unbelievable heat waves, guys. Like, this stuff is not normal for our regions. We're not used to this. I am very lucky because at one point I lived in Louisiana for a few years. So, like, I can cope. Like, I know how to cope with the heat, light energy. I always have hot coffee because hot coffee seems to, like, cool me down. So I'll drink, like, hot tea, hot coffee, sometimes iced tea. But I think you're amazing. Thank you. Western Washington. Ricky Neal. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you. I'm going to try. Abraham, I understand these temps can be intolerable when there's maybe high humidity. Here in the Middle East, these are picnic temps. I believe you. I have seen some of the temps coming out of the Middle East. I'm just like, oh my God. But yes, we do have very high humidity. Like, I live very close to the sound, like blocks away from the sound. And so it's high humidity, and it's just, yeah, you feel sticky. It's really, really sticky. It feels like you're just wearing an extra layer of sweat and you. Let's see. Momo, living in a brain tsunami. Yes. Yes, exactly. And actually, Mama Mode, I thought of you yesterday. I saw that an earthquake hit Alaska, and I was just like, ah, I hope you're okay. So I'm glad to see you on here, and I'm glad to see your noodles are doing fine. That happens a lot when I see events and I see all you guys, and, you know, it's just like I think about you and I think about where you're from. And like when I see an event happen, I just wish you the best. And so know that, I do try to keep up with the things that are happening in our world. Let's see. I lived in a tent since June 22nd. I relocated, and I think any guy lucky enough to get your attention will hopefully find you perfect. Uh, I'm pretty much that person that has decided that I like me. I like being with me. Like, people get my attention, but not in that aspect of, all that. Automotive locksmith. Okay, I'm typing in, hold up. I'm gonna put my coffee on the floor real quick. And I'm going to type in my email address so that I can at least help you out getting some services where you're at. Because this is going to be ridiculous. And you need to get out of that tent. Like, it's going to be real hot. Like, the stuff is crazy. And out east in the wintertime, it gets insanely cold. Let's see, with the cyclone of thoughts. Yep. Brainstorm. Brainstorm. It's like everything is just firing off all at once. And like today, I just had like a real issue because like it was firing off all at once. It was a really hard night. There was a lot of things that happened. There was an emergency with the family that I can't really discuss right now, but it just kicked everything off. So yeah, storms of the brain. What's that training? Better just stay chill. Do you meditate? Yes, I do, and I have done that, and that is keeping me. That's what got me being able to come and vlog today. Amanda, you can set the unit on the counter, let it drain on the tart or in the sink. I'm from Louisiana. Okay, great. Thank you for letting me know that. See, I've always wanted to live in Louisiana. That is absolutely opposite of me. I hope I never ever set foot in that state again. I'll be honest. I was not a fan. But I do understand that is very personal experience related, and that's not the truth of an area. It was just my experience. You're totally fine. I'm so glad. Lauren, Lafayette is amazing. The southern part state. We lived right above Lafayette. Yeah. What about New Orleans? Here's the thing. Anywhere you live depends on what's important to you. If, for me, what's important to me is an encouraging environment with regards to human rights, an encouraging environment with regards to for anybody who's marginalized, and living in an environment where people really care about the environment and really care about what's going on. And for myself, I saw none of that. I saw a lot of abuse. I saw a lot of racism. I saw a lot of hate disguised as culture. And it was living and staying in that environment came very close to costing me my life. But I don't think it's like that for everybody. I have friends that still live there and absolutely love it. So I just found that for myself, living in an area that really speaks to human rights and really speaks to making a difference and being progressive and caring about the environment and, having a large list of things that are important was huge for me. Let's see. Thanks. Earthquakes, far away, like Ace texted George. Okay, good. All right. Awesome. Yeah, Alaska's huge. I just didn't know. I was like, Lauren, if you work and live in certain areas, it's awesome. Yes, exactly. Like it really is a personal experience. It's the same thing here. I know people that have been to Seattle and cannot stand it. And it makes them feel upset. And, it's all about what you need and what you want your life to be. And so I have found my spot, and I'm very lucky for that. That's so sweet that you thought of it. I do, and I think of you guys often, just so you know. And I always read the emails, and it makes a huge deal. And I am truly sorry for not returning them all the time, but sometimes I just can't. So, Scott, me too. Mark's Adventures. Good morning. Is it still evening here? Evening. It is 8:22 in the evening, and I was late coming on. And so I was just kind of going over like some things that are going on with me and talking about it. There isn't anything like big. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I am, though, if you want to know how I did last night, the Seattle Human Rights Commission on YouTube. We did a mayoral forum for their mayoral candidates last night, and I was the lead for that. So if you want to check it out, it's on their YouTube page, and you will see me giving the welcome introduction. I did read it from my phone, though, and I noticed the whole thing. I was like this. So I would like to get to the point where it doesn't look like I'm reading it, but I did it, and it all went off without a hitch. And honestly, I think that was like the main stressor for the last 2 weeks, is trying to just like make sure that this came off without a hitch and did really well. So, and it did. Even though while I'm doing that, I'm online and I'm starting this, and like there's an emergent situation outside, like, family emergency, and I'm like trying to like be fine while all this is going on, and I'm so not fine. We know. I have a hard time replying to people in my personal life. I think it's like because I'm reading through emails and I'm just like, okay, I'll get to it later. And then by the time it's later, I just can't even function like word-wise, like even know what to write. But that's no excuse. And I do care, and I do read, and I will be better at answering. So anyway, you guys, I do not have much else to say. I just wanted to touch base and send my love out to all of you and tell you thank you, and I appreciate you guys so, so very much. This is a really positive environment for me. And that's because of you guys, right? That's because you guys respond with positivity and love and encouragement. And it's really become such a lifter for me, and super appreciate it. So thank you so much. Jeannie, oh, you're not here. Hi, Amanda from the Philippines. Hello, Jeannie. Mark's Adventures. It's 4 a.m. here in the UK. I just got up. I go cycling early before the mad drivers hit the roads. I'm an early bird. Oh, that's good. I am not so much. I am trying to get better at morning schedule, because then I get more accomplished during the day, and it does seem like we got tons of stuff to get done. So we love you, Amanda. Thank you. That's pretty smart, right? All right, guys. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you all later. And hopefully it'll be much more positive and amazing. I'm probably going to record a video for this Sunday, working with Seattle dogs, so you guys can see. If you haven't yet, join my TikTok and my Instagram. I am doing some things on there. With the shorter videos, I tend to do TikTok because I can add music, and I really like adding music. If I could add music to this, I would, but it's all copyrighted, and I don't write music. So anyway, you guys, I will talk to you later. Thank you so much. Bye.